Okay, I'm gonna try to take as quickly as possible to show you guys what I've gotten recently. I don't know why I'm doing this because it's not like people are gonna comment or gonna get any views that aren't me or my friends checking to see if we got any comments or my friends just pity views. Or family, whatever. Anyways, I got a job near the mall, so now I go shopping sometimes. This one is probably the best thing that I found there in a while, and it's only because it wasn't there for the longest time. They had Volume 2 before they had Volume 1, and it's hella expensive on Amazon. Not the Kindle, but I don't like getting Kindle books. I don't like a whole lot of Kindle books, because of the fact that I can't read outside. So if I have to go outside for whatever reason, I might as well read, get some reading done. Alright, so anyways, this is Venom by Recommender, Volume 1. Pretty good so far. I stopped reading it because I wanted to get on the Donny Coates Venom. So because I got some Absolute Carnage books. Spoiler if you didn't want to know what I got. It's not all of what I got, but I wanted to have some backstory to it. So I read the first volume of Venom that I had, and then there was a Venom Carnage Unleashed that was $7 on Kindle, and it was $18 at the comic book store. It's insane. A little itty bitty book with 6 issues in it. I think it was actually 5, and they've had ones before with 5 or 6 issues that have been $15.99. Marvel is getting really annoying with their pricing. Nick Fury #1. While it's not the Fantastic Four of the oh my god, I cannot believe this was in the dollar section, it's so good. It's decent. I liked it. Certainly not bad. Certainly not mad that I spent that dollar that I could have spent on another dollar comic. And if you guys have been following me for a long, I keep doing it. If you guys have been following me for a long time, you'll know that I'm not too keen on spending full price on comics like this or like this. Actually, it's the same size. But I decided with Absolute Carnage coming out and this coming out, Spider-Man #1, this has been an annual one. I thought this was Venom #1 of like a mini series, and technically it is because it's an annual. So what they did with this one is Acts of Evil. They just switched around. If you know Marvel, they did Acts of Vengeance back in the day, where they switched around the villains. So let's say Deadpool got one of Spider-Man's villains, and vice versa. That didn't actually happen for either, because Deadpool wasn't around when Acts of Vengeance was coming out. And I know for a fact that the one that Deadpool fights isn't a Spider-Man villain. I don't know about Spider-Man. So Venom, this was one of the ones like maybe Hellbender. It was rated, I think it was like 3 out of 5 stars. I give it 3.5. I want to give it 4 because that's a little bit too high for this. This was pretty good. I liked it. Oh, and also, doing that. The comic book store I went to, I decided to head to hell with it and got a subscription, so it's 20% off, and then they say, hey, your new issue of Absolute Carnage is in. I'm like, oh, cool. They don't send it via email. I just go in there, I guess. They said they would, but they didn't, and I don't give a shit because I can just look it up on the Marvel app. Because the Marvel app tells you the newest books, which I like. I don't think DC does that, because one of the ones that I got from DC wasn't showing on there, no matter how I looked it up. Because they're really finicky about that. Comics 1000. If you say if I spell Spider-Man with an I, and then I put a U instead of the I, they're gonna be like, oh no, you know what you're talking about. Like, say, Web of Spider-Man, stuff like that. They're gonna give me regular Spider-Man. They're gonna be someone completely different. Still Spider-Man. So it's like, dude, I didn't misspell Web or of. I misspelled Spider-Man. So technically, it could be Web of Venom. And it's dumb. It's something I do. I don't think I do. I don't know what they do. Absolute Carnage issue 1. This and this were what I came in there for the first time. When I went in there for the first time. And pretty much been getting Absolute Carnages. I've gotten a few others that I was interested in, like sort of like I saw like an advertisement for it, and I was like, I like the trade. But now that I've been getting the individuals, I decided hell with it and got it then. Absolute Carnage 2 and 3. I'm getting back into that. I don't want to read this until I have all of them phase that I had gotten into before, but gotten out of for a while. I don't know why. I have 10 of these guys. Not including tie-ins. So Scream issue 1 and 2. I'm gonna try to do this as quickly as possible. I keep being distracted. Leap of Protectors issue 1 and 2. The one that came out recently. Thanks. Miles Morales issue 1. I'm probably most likely beginning issue 2 of this. There's a slight chance that I won't. I'm going to work tomorrow, but there's a slight chance. That's where this coming up, and I mean. It would only be $4 if I was to just get that. But there's also the Spider-Man tie-in. Symbiote of Vengeance, issue 1. Symbiote Spider-Man, issue 1. Very weird that they did this. So I know that looking at this, that this is a reprint of an older issue. You can tell the different, like, see from there and there. Trying not to see in the reflection of the iPad any spoilers for the book. I consider seeing the artwork a spoiler because I can tell the characters because I've been reading for a long time. So it's weird that they do this. It's also page 16. I find that very weird. Oh, they did that. It's not a reprint, I don't think. It's weird. Thanos 1 and 2. One of the ones I just got. Hell with it. I don't know. This came with it. This is a freebie. Basically, it just shows you the sketches without showing you the comic, like without showing you the words. Kind of weird. And they give you like little advertisements. Oh, and going back to that Marvel Comics 1000, you guys will know if you've been watching my show that I've gotten other issue 1000s like the Detective Comics. This is Amazing Spider-Man Going Big issue 1, and action and detective, and what I said before. Before I didn't show you this. Black Widow issue 1. They don't have advertisements in the DC books like the detective and action they do for Marvel Comics 1000. I just love that. Invisible Woman issues 1 and 2. I'll probably read this one to see if I like it. It was just one I got. It was like, yeah, I like the Fantastic Four. It's not written by, and it was also written by Mark Waid, who's a pretty good writer. Although I haven't read a lot of his books personally myself. Power Pack Grow Up issue 1. Had X-Men in it. It was rated T, so it wasn't an all ages crap fest like actually Squirrel Girl was T+. I'm sorry for all your Squirrel Girl fans. I need to put that with other Absolute Carnages. Absolute Carnage Venom. Just decides right now. Event Leviathan. I don't like Squirrel Girl. It's too stupid for me. Issue 1. It's too like I knew it would be stupid, and I think this is too kid friendly. And they don't make enough meta jokes about how she's a squirrel, and I mean, if you think about it, I want to see this so bad. If you think about it, I mean, this is stupid. This is it's a killer clown, but it's somewhat grounded, I guess you could say. Swamp Thing. See, coincidentally, all these kind of coming to me. And if you think about it, every superhero is stupid, like Superman and Batman and Spider-Man. But at least they make it. The seasoning. This one I hated because they do this all the time with comic books. So they say a good way to die, issue 1. Oh, so I'm like, okay, this is issue 1. I can pick up from here and I can continue as say newer issues come out. Maybe they'll reference some Batman 42 because this is an event book, so maybe it isn't the best thing to get. But now this is issue 5 apparently, or issue 6. I don't know if this is like a tie-in or it could be, but even then, it's like reading the tie-ins to Absolute Carnage before Absolute Carnage, issue 1 even. I hate that. They should just say part of the deceased. And yeah, deceased and I should have known, but I didn't know. I had heard about DC's coming out, and I guess I just put, oh, it's season in. Yeah, it was just stupid. Batman, Last Night on Earth, book 1 and 2. I haven't read the seasoning, so it could be the fact that I could get off scot-free and have it not be too confusing. Batman vs. Superman versus Superman issue 1. Batman and the Outsiders issue 1, and finally Batman Ra's al Ghul number 1. Once again, because I know I haven't seen it yet, and I want to rub my face. This is a good book too. See, I read regular books. I don't read comic books. You should see my book collection. A bunch of them right here. A bunch more there. I just don't show them because it's not the. I probably wouldn't even show my Stephen King collection. Man, my chapter 2 of Kiss came out. I could get views. Alright. Bye.